Stop being a dumbass. Look, she's into you, you just don't realize it, okay? But luckily, Big Brother Stirling is here to help you. I'm gonna teach you the super secret signs that you can look out for that tell you she is super into you. Let's get cracking. My name is Stirling Cooper, award-winning adult film star, former high-class male companion, and this is my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be pulling on a lot of my experience as a single guy in the dating scene and my experience as a high-class male companion. Now, a lot of dudes are kind of oblivious to some of the signs that women throw out there, body language signs, social signs, conversational signs that women will throw out when they're into a guy. And so many dudes are totally clueless at picking these up. So today we're gonna get stuck into a few of them so you guys can seal the deal next time you see one of these massive indicators of interest. So the first sign I want you guys to look out for is when there's silence, when there's like an awkward silence in the conversation, does she try and fill it? Does she try to fill it by asking you questions? Does she try to fill it by talking about herself? Get comfortable with a little bit of awkward silence. It's actually something you can utilize when you're on a date with a girl, when you're hanging out with a girl, if you are totally comfortable with it, neither of you saying anything. It's kind of like a battle of wills to a degree, but if you can go silent for a little bit, you're giving her an opportunity to fill that void, and at the same time, she's also, contributing to the conversation. She's putting in some work, showing, a degree of sort of compliance, you might say, but a degree of commitment. But you're also seeing a clear indicator that she wants to put in effort. This is a sign that she is actually into you and she wants this interaction to go well. So utilize that and look out for it. The second sign I want you guys to look out for, and again, this is something you can kind of initiate to help gauge whether or not she's into you or not, is she compliant to or resistant to your physical touch? Now, if you touch her shoulder, say with the back of your hand, touch her leg, whatever it might be, some degree of little physical touch. How does she respond to it? Is she okay with your hand being there? Does she pull away a little bit? If she pulls away, obviously that's a very, very bad sign that she's just not interested in getting physical with you in any way, shape, or form, right? But here's another little trick that I can give you guys right now is it doesn't have to be with your hands. Physical touch isn't just about escalating with your hands. What I like to do when I'm on a date with a girl is I don't like sitting across from a girl. I like to try and sit next to each other if I can, kind of like on a couch like this. And what I'll do is I'll subtly rest my leg up against her leg. Now, does she move her leg away? Or does she keep it there? Does she keep the physical touch there? I won't do this straight off the bat. I'll do this, 5, 10, 15 minutes into the interaction, depending on how well it's going. But if she keeps her leg touched against mine, it does two things for me, actually. One, it shows that she's interested, she's compliant with physical touch between the two of us. This is a good sign. And two, it acts as a kind of physical escalation to a degree. And it makes the interaction more sexually charged. Trust me, if you've never done this before, it's fantastic. When your legs are touching, subtly like that, every word that either of you say has more sexual charge to it. You'll notice it straight away. So here's a phrase I want you to look out for the next time you're interacting with a woman romantically. In particular, on a first date situation or a date where you two have not had sex yet. If she uses this phrase, "We are not having sex tonight," if she uses that phrase, that is a very, very strong indicator that she is thinking about having sex with you tonight. Otherwise, that thought would never have even popped into her head in the first place. if she wasn't into you, if she wasn't interested in you at all, that thought would never have entered her mind. What's happening here is she is trying to kind of prevent herself from being slutty. She's trying to prevent herself from acting in a way that kind of compromises her virtue, shall we say, right? And she's trying to be overt about it. She's kind of calling your own bluff in a way. Here's how the thought process kind of works for her. In her head, she's like, well, this guy's attractive. I want to have sex with this guy. But wait, I can't let this guy know that I want to have sex with him. I know what I'll do. I'll tell him we're not having sex tonight. So look out for this as a positive sign. It's not a negative sign. If a girl says this on a date to you, this is not a bad sign. I think a lot of dudes interpret this as a bad thing. When a girl says, we're not having sex tonight. No, it's a good sign. It means she's actually thinking about having your penis inside of her. Here's another phrase I want you to look out for when you're interacting with a woman. And this tends to come out of their mouths when you're already getting intimate, or after you've already been intimate for the first time, or maybe, in the throes of passion when you're being intimate with a girl and you're getting kind of freaky, kind of kinky, right? If they say this, I don't usually do this, that is her trying to protect her reputation with you. She's trying to preserve your opinion of her. And that is a very good sign. It's a strong indicator that she wants to see you again. She wants to keep you around. She's like, this guy's a catch. I'm having sex with him. I don't want him to think I'm a slut. I don't usually do this. Now, hopefully, he still wants to see me again. He's not going to discard me. He's going to commit in some way, shape, or form, and we're going to continue to have this kind of fun together. So that's something I really want you guys to pay attention to if a girl says that. Now, you might notice these last couple of things that a lot of guys will kind of interpret them as like women just straight up lying. And you could interpret it that way. I like to interpret it more as understanding the way that women actually communicate. Now, most guys have no clue how women communicate. And in fact, they've been actively taught the wrong stuff. So I think you should absolutely check out this video right here, where I debunk 5 of the biggest myths that are taught to men these days that are absolutely sabotaging them in relationships.